All right, let's get right into it. We're looking ahead to 2026, and folks, the battle for your hands is on. It's a real clash of titans. In one corner, you've got the heir to a gaming dynasty, the Nintendo Switch 2. And in the other corner, the undisputed champion of open platform PC gaming, the Steam Deck. This is going to be the ultimate handheld showdown.
This isn't just about specs or which screen is brighter. This is a clash of philosophies, a real battle of ideals. On one side, you've got the PC purist, right? They're all about that open ecosystem, having total control, and a game library that's theirs forever. But then, on the other side, you've got the Nintendo loyalist. For them, it's all about those perfectly polished, one-of-a-kind games you just can't get anywhere else. It's like two totally different ways of thinking about gaming. So let's cut right to the chase. Imagine this. You've saved up, you've got the cash, but you can only pick one. That's it, just one. With two amazing choices right in front of you, how do you decide which one is right for you? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. We're going to break this whole thing down, round by round, to help you make that call.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the thing that matters most, right? Round one, the games. So the argument from the Nintendo camp is it's simple, and honestly, it's a knockout punch. You're buying the Switch 2 for one reason above all others. It is the only place you can play the next Mario, the next Zelda, the next Metroid. These aren't just games, they're like cultural events. If you want to be part of that, well, there's no other door to knock on. For a lot of people, the conversation just ends right there. Case closed.
But hold on, because the PC purist has a killer comeback, and it's all about one word: ownership. See, the Steam Deck connects you to your Steam library. The games you buy are yours, period. You're not going to be rebuying The Witcher 3 for the third time just because new hardware came out. Nope. That game you bought on a PC, maybe a decade ago, it's sitting right there ready to go on your deck. It's like an investment in a library that actually follows you through time.
And here's where you can really see the difference. Look at that chart. That little slice for Nintendo exclusives, yeah, it might look small, but wow, is it potent. That's the good stuff. But then you look at the Steam Deck side. It dwarfs everything else. The PC library is massive, you've got a universe of indie games, and then there's the whole world of emulation on top of it. We're talking about a completely different scale here. It's staggering.
And this whole idea extends to classic games too. Their approaches could not be more different. With Nintendo, you pay a subscription and they give you this nice, curated, easy-to-use library of old hits. It's great. But with the Steam Deck, well, it's about total freedom. Using stuff like EmuDeck, you can bring your own legally owned games and build your own personal, perfect museum of gaming history. It's really the difference between paying for a guided tour and someone just handing you the keys to the entire warehouse.
All right, round two, let's talk about something we all care about: money. We're digging into the real cost, the true price of admission to get into one of these ecosystems.
Okay, so at first glance, the Switch 2 hardware will probably look cheaper, right? But that's just the sticker price. You have to look at the whole picture. With the Switch, you're paying top dollar for new games. We're talking $70 a pop. And you got to pay a yearly fee just to get online. Now, the Steam Deck might cost more to buy the device itself, but online play is free. And the games are so much cheaper. You can see how the math starts to tip in a different direction pretty fast.
And this leads us right into a concept that PC gamers have been talking about for years: the Nintendo tax. It's this idea that you're paying a premium over the long haul because, well, where else are you going to go? You know that Zelda game that came out like 8 years ago? Yeah, it's still full price. For a PC purist who lives and breathes by those huge Steam sales, this is a really, really tough pill to swallow.
And then you flip the coin, and you've got the Steam Deck. I mean, the Steam sales are legendary for a reason. We're talking about situations where you can literally buy a dozen amazing games for the price of one new Switch 2 game. It's a completely different universe of value. Your money goes so much further.
Okay, here we go, the final round. We've covered the games, we've covered the cost, but what's it actually like to live with one of these things day to day? This round is all about the experience.
So, for the Nintendo loyalist, this is what it all boils down to: simplicity. They don't want to be a system administrator for their games. They don't want to mess around with graphics settings and compatibility layers. They just want to turn it on, pop in a game, and play. It's that seamless, frictionless, it just works magic every single time.
And that laser focus on simplicity really shines a light on some of the Steam Deck's physical hurdles, doesn't it? I mean, it's just bigger. It's heavier. The fan can really spin up and get kind of loud. And the standby battery life, if you put it to sleep for a couple days, it might be dead when you pick it up again. The Switch can go for like a week. The Deck just isn't quite that same throw it in your bag and forget about it kind of device. But this is where it gets interesting, because this is how we reframe that whole idea of tinkering. Now, if you're a Nintendo fan, you look at this list and you think, what a chore, right? It's a bunch of steps you have to do before you can play. But if you're a PC gamer, you look at this and see a list of options. This isn't a bug, it's a feature. This is control. You get to decide exactly how you want your game to run. You're in the driver's seat. Honestly, I think this is probably the best analogy for the whole debate. The Switch 2, it's like a board game. You open the box, the rules are printed right there, everyone can jump in and play together. It's simple, it's shared. The Steam Deck, on the other hand, is a massive box of Legos. The possibilities are literally endless, but it's on you to build whatever it is you want to create. Total control, but a totally personal experience.
And here's what that looks like in a real-world example. Take a demanding game like Cyberpunk 2077. On the Switch 2, when it's docked, it's going to be engineered to hit a rock-solid 30 frames per second. No dips, no stutters, just stable. The Steam Deck, though, has the power to push for more, maybe hitting 40 or 45 FPS, but it's going to bounce around. And that's the trade-off in a nutshell. Do you want guaranteed stability, or do you want raw, untapped potential? So, we've gone through 3 intense rounds. We've talked games, cost, and the day-to-day experience. Where does that leave us? Well, it's time for the final verdict. Time to pick a winner. So let's break it down one last time. Who is your champion? Look, if your gaming world revolves around those unbelievable Nintendo exclusives, if you crave that simple, it just works experience, and if you do a lot of gaming with family and friends on the couch, then the Nintendo Switch 2 is without a doubt your champion. But if you've spent years building a PC library, if you love to tinker and customize and have total control over your settings, and if you're looking for the absolute best bang for your buck on games in the long run, then the Steam Deck is your undisputed champion. It's that simple. At the end of the day, there's no wrong answer here. There's just the answer that's right for you. What a time to be a handheld gamer, right? But the choice is yours to make. The war for your hands is officially on. So, which side are you choosing?